Now, top of the hour NBA countdown will get you ready for the season opener on ESPN, headlined by the Celtics facing the Knicks at MSG. There is the countdown, the tip-off. Last night, the new-look Lakers, they lost to Steph Curry and the Warriors. How about the triple-double for Steph, leading the way in a 7-point victory? A closer look at the game by the numbers. Curry's triple-dub was the 8th of his career, tied with Wilt Chamberlain for the 5th most in team history. Curry also just the second Warriors player to record a triple-double in a season opener. As for the Lakers, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they both dropped 30 and 10 to become the third pair of teammates to each have 30 and 10 in a team season opener. And staying with LeBron, the loss was his 12th career one in a season opening game, tied with Elton Brand for the second most in NBA history. Only Jason Terry has more such losses. We keep track of that stat. Wow. Not how you start, it's how you finish. That was the message to Russ after last night's hometown debut in the purple and gold. He finished with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 dimes, matching his total number of games with single-digit points, rebounds, and assists from his previous 133 games combined. It's only going to get better for Westbrook. For much more, let's go out to MSG, where Mike Greenberg anchors our coverage on NBA Countdown.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. And an absolutely gorgeous day in New York City, giving way to a beautiful night in the air of anticipation here inside Madison Square Garden is extraordinary. After a year of great improvement, the Knicks fans are in the building. They're ready to go, and that's where we are as we bring you onto the court, getting set for NBA Countdown in an hour, and the Knicks and the Celtics at 7:30 Eastern. Greeny and Wilbon and Stephen A. Smith and Jalen Rose. No one's more excited than Stephen A. is to be in. We'll talk about that. But you heard Kevin go through all the issues that we saw last night with the Lakers, and in particular with Russell Westbrook, where he just never seemed comfortable at all. Kevin referenced what LeBron had to say. Let's hear some more from LeBron after the game, talking about his new teammate.
I just think it was just the first game jitters, to be honest. I don't put too much into it. Just probably was a lot just going through his mind, just being a kid from LA and, watching the Lakers growing up, and then however many years down the road, now you're putting on a Laker uniform and you're stepping into Staples Center. And, those things, those demands and those asks and those things will quiet down as the season go on and on. So not worried about Russ at all.
And that's fair. It's only one game, but the reality is the numbers suggest he just didn't do last night what he does. Look at this. He held the ball for only 3.5 seconds per touch. That's his third lowest rate in a game ever. He also averaged his lowest dribbles per touch in any game during that span. Simply put, he never looked comfortable last night. Stephen A., how is Russell Westbrook going to make himself a fit with these Lakers?
It's a challenge. There's no doubt about that. You know what? He's there because he's going to push the pace, and he's going to make it easier for Frank Vogel to rest LeBron James at times, and still him being out there and being a focal point offensively and really pushing the pace and making things happen. But in the end, when you struggle to have a consistent perimeter shot, okay, that is problematic in that particular with that particular team in that particular system, because with him on the floor with Rajon Rondo at the same time, that can't happen, which means you need him to play the point, you need him in the lineup, or you need to put him on the bench. And we both know the latter ain't going to happen.
Jalen, you have any answers?
I have a lot of answers. First off, everybody, I am accepting zero Russell Westbrook slander in any way, shape, or form. Here's why. A couple of things. You have to start AD at the 5 when everybody gets healthy. You can't have DeAndre Jordan on the floor with Russ. There's no driving lanes. That's the first thing. The second thing is whether he's starting or off the bench. He can't be spotting up while Rajon Rondo is initiating the offense. That can't happen. And then thirdly, they got to play faster. That's what's going to get Russ going. He was out there like he was spotting up for threes. He's open for a reason, Wilbon, right?
Yes, open for a reason. Here's the thing. I agree with it. I mean, everything that LeBron said, you acknowledge that stuff was true, periods, all right? So we can get off the slander. It's early. Also, LeBron will figure it out largely. He'll figure out how it is they need to play, the pace of play. But I'm going to go back to something Stephen A. has knocked down. He can come off the bench. He can be with the second unit. Scottie Pippen played with the second unit through 6 NBA championships. It means you can start the game, you can finish the game.
No.
But you can't, hold on, Jalen,
no.
You can come, here's why. He can be out there with Carmelo. He can be out there with Dwight Howard. He can be out there. We talk about relief of LeBron and giving LeBron some rest. Well, why isn't Russ the guy in those minutes? He can be Russell Westbrook if he doesn't have to be with LeBron all the time.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is he has started and finished every game of his career. And the first time in his hometown, he's going to accept otherwise.
I didn't change that.
I don't believe that.
I just said start and finish.
Let this be the first. Let this be the first of many times I jump in the middle of all of this and interrupt them and say we'll have much more of this when we get to NBA Countdown.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.